Okay, this is for the Hispanic male doll. And we're just going to get all of your stuff ready first. Paper clips are most important at the beginning. Put the 4th battery in the correct way, and we're going to hear a beep. You hear the beep. You've got 5 seconds to push this 3 times. Hear 3 beeps. Then we're going to put the case on him. And I'm just taping it down since I didn't include the key. White diaper goes on when you're programming, so we're just going to, and that just means that it's got the white as opposed to the blue in the back. And we're just going to set this on him like this. Okay, then we're going to take our student key and we're going to program the doll. Now, how we program the doll is just hold it in the little insert box like this. 1, 2, 3. When you hear the 3rd beep, doll's programmed, okay? Now we're going to turn him over. And let his head fall back so that you know that he's on. Take your student key and press it to his back so that he knows that you're trying to soothe him. And then you can try to feed him. Sometimes that makes him calm down a little sooner. You'll hear a nuck-nuck sound when he starts to wind down, a little more crying. Okay, he will calm down after about 3 or 4 minutes of crying, and he will cry like that every single time that you let his head go too far back. This is also his hungry cry, his other cries. Eventually the doll will stop crying. It usually takes about 4 or 5 minutes, sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little less, for the doll to stop crying after you let his head go back too far. Okay, he'll cry I believe it's every 2 hours he's set to cry for food or for changing or for whatever. And every time that you feed or change the doll, touch this to the back of his back in the little slot. I'll turn around without moving his head here, and I'll show you like this. Just touch it to the back. And there you go. And that lets the doll know that you are attending to him. Now, emergency shut off for the doll is going to be in this little hole. We're going to hold the pin for 15 seconds, and you're going to hear 6 beeps. When you hear the 6 beeps, the doll is in emergency shutdown mode, and he won't cry anymore. Now, don't take the batteries out. Put him in emergency shutdown mode first. It makes the restart much, much easier. If you just take the batteries out, 6 beeps. If you just take the batteries out, sometimes you have to go through the startup process 3 or 4 times to make it actually work. If you go through the emergency shutdown, it'll do it the first time, no problem. So then in order to start the doll back up again, say he cries at 3 in the morning and your parents insist on you shutting him down, do the emergency shut off and then take one battery out, wait 15 seconds, put the battery back in again. You'll hear the startup all over again. You'll hear the beep. And when you hear the beep, put the safety pin back in 3 times and then put the key back in 3 times to hear the 3 beeps. And your doll will be back in startup mode. So make sure that you turn him off every single time and you turn him back on again every single time the same way. It makes it much easier. And that's all there is to the doll.